ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
Now, Chanchalam hi Manah Krishna. So this is the statement of Arjuna. This where we must start. So this up to the previous Ma Majam, ending with Ma Majam, we have done. Now the next sentence. Inge, here, Sthite Manasi enna vendumo. Should we remind ourselves about the mind that is equanimous? Should our mind be calm and healthy, so that we will be thinking about the Lord's name at the end of life. Sthite manasi susvaste. The word susvaste. Again, the word susvaste is very healthy. Very healthy. Swaste, healthy, normal. Susvaste, very healthy. That means we have all the sense organs working. The 11th sense organ, the manas, the mind, is also working. They are working perfectly. Whereas normally the problem of debility comes in over all the sense organs at the ripe age. And therefore, when all other sense organs are not working, should we say that the 11th organ is also is working properly? Now, the answer is சர்வஸ்மிருதிகளுக்கும் மனசினுடைய ஸ்திதி வேண்டி என்றோ இருப்பது எண்ணில். So for all our memories, we are talking about our study of scriptures, which we have to remember. The Smritis, the 28 Smritis, Parashara, Yajnavalkya, and so on. So the 28 Smritis we must remember. Smriti itself means memory, remembrance. So we must be able to recall all our studies, all our preceptors' advice. Manasinuடைய ஸ்திதி வேண்டி என்றோம். Therefore, the normal situation, position of the mind is very important. That's why sthite manasi. Why? Again, we have a very bad example in Arjuna. Of course, before hearing Bhagavad Gita from Lord Krishna's mouth directly, he was dilly-dallying. He was tottering in the mind. His mind was going hither and thither. Chanchalam hi Manah Krishna. He reports the weakness of his mind. Krishna, oh Lord Krishna, Manaha, mind, it means Mama Manaha, not Krishna's mind. Sometimes people confuse others also, while they are sometimes clear. So Manaha, mind, he indeed, surely, Chanchalam is wavering. And again he says, the nature of the mind is to be wavering. That's what he says. Undoubtedly, asamshayam. Samshaya, doubt. So asamshayam, undoubtedly, Mahabaho, oh Arjuna, who has got power of arms. This Mahabaho is an address to Arjuna from Krishna. What you say is right. So this is what the psychologists say when somebody asks questions. So you have to agree to that statement of the question and then bring him around. We have to instruct him that he is not right. So asamshayam Mahabaho, oh powerful person in hands, as we say. So because he is ready to fight. So undoubtedly, manaha, the mind, durnigraham chalam. Manaha chalam. As you said, sanchalam. I understand fully that I agree with you, manaha chalam. And also, durnigraham. It is impossible to punish the mind. It is an abstract concept. Therefore, we cannot take action against the mind. We have to train the mind. We have to meditate and practice so that the mind can be brought round. So, என்றும் சொல்லுகிறபடியே, again another parallel is there. As said by Lord Krishna in the second line, first line was uttered by Arjuna, and then என்றும் சொல்லுகிறபடியே வானரம் போலே கட்டி வைத்தாலும். So in spite of tying up with a rope the mind, the rope is bhakti rope, the devotion rope. And even if we bind the mind with a rope like bhakti, devotion, or even jnana yoga, wisdom, and also karma yoga, when we practice action, when we are active with devotion, then our mind can be controlled a little. So in spite of it, as we do monkey, as we bind a monkey, as we fetter a monkey with a rope, kapeyam vidada manasu. So kapeyam is what we call natural instinct of the monkey. Kapi is monkey. Kapeyam is the innate attitude of the monkey, inborn character of the monkey. So kapeyam vidada manasu. The mind will not reject or delete the original feeling of the species, animal species. So we are also animals. We are also, but social animals. We are all social animals. We can talk with each other. We can become friends with each other. Many actions are common, but there are some what we call extra perception for us, extra working of senses. So in three actions, animals and we are similar. What do we call sleeping? In sleep we are similar. In producing, that is children. So the animals also are reproductive. And third is hunger, eating. So in all these three actions, we are similar, we are common. But thinking capacity is only in more in human being than in animals. So oru sukrita vishesham adiyaga undam. So only one escapism is there from non-control of the mind, namely, we have done some good deeds in the previous birth. And again, please remember, it may be a good deed by God. We have been blessed by God in the previous birth that we have done some good deed. Therefore, oru sukrita visheshamadiya, something extraordinary or some single merit has been accrued by us in the previous birth. And therefore, then suddenly the sattva guna, the sattva quality, good quality, crops up, opens up. So sattva unmesha vasattale, just like the eye opening or the eyelid opening. So the vision has become true. So Sattva Unmesha Vasattali. The Sattva quality out of the three, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, we are not insolent, we are not proud about ourselves, we have no ignorance, namely darkness of ignorance. So we have avoided the other two. So sattva quality comes up to the four, F-O-R-E. Then Vasattale, Sadacharya Upadishtamana Paratattva Paramahita Parama Purusharthangalil Telivum Tunivum Tvarayum Pirakkum. Fortunately, we have got a good teacher. Maybe good, many teachers also, many good teachers. Sat Acharya. So intelligent teachers, shrewd teachers, knowledgeable teachers, wise teachers. So that they are all good teachers. They know how to teach also. Sadacharya Upadishtamana, they have advised us. They have given advice. So in what aspect they have given us the advice? Paratattva. What is the highest principle? Paramahita. What is highly favorable to us? Most highly favorable to us. What is good to us? And Parama Purusharthangalil. What is the highest goal of human life? You can say, you can utilize all the four towards the spirituality, divinity. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, all can direct towards the Lord. Need not be always materialistic with the first three, Dharma, Artha, Kama. Because we are not to reap the fruits of our Dharma, duty, and we have no expectation must be there in doing our duty, then we become what we call more spiritual. Again, Artha, earning money through fair means, also, and Artha is meaning, leading a meaningful life, also tends towards God. Then Kama, the only desire that we must possess is these three Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha and Kama, leading to the emancipation, moksha. So now, after getting advice from the good teachers, what advantage we get? Telivum. We have clarity. So when we are clear about the aims as advised by the preceptors, then tunivum, we become bold, we become courageous. And then we are in a hurry now. We want to be very fast. Moksha, for moksha, we must be very fast. I think I have told you, otherwise I'm just telling you an example. The sannyasi, the what we call the mendicant or the monk in each matham, celebrates pompously, spending lavishly, lot of money, feeding the devotees, spending lot of money. Then our 45th Avay singer, Villivalam Avay singer, Narayana Nitindra Mahadeshika, was telling on his birthday, do you object to this spending a lot of money on my birthday, who is a sannyasi, a recluse, a person who has given up everything? Then he said, I'm happy and you are happy because I am happy, and I am happy because 1 year is less in reaching the God. Therefore, my suppose 81st birthday, that means 80 years have passed, so I have become nearer, I have come nearer to God. I don't know when he would die, when a person would die. But as the aging process is enhanced, then we are getting closer and closer to God. We will not live more than 100 or even 120 as Ramanuja lived. I think Chinese and Russians people, they live long, and we used to say they forgot the date of birth. So we say Telivum, Tunivum, Tvarayum. These three beautiful resultants of the advice of the teachers, namely clarity of thought, the boldness of action, and our speed in reaching God. Alvar said, Kuvikolum kalam kuruhado. Should not the time become smaller and smaller as you invite us to Vaikuntham? Again, some statements are available from Alvar's Divya Prabandha. So here, Perakumbadi, now our concept has become firm in our mind. Pratishthitamana. So when the fact is established in our heart that we never waver, just like Arjuna. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. The statement by again Lord Krishna is manaha chalam durnigraham. All these go off. So we become steadfast in my mind, in our mind. That is what we call sthita prajnaha in Bhagavad Gita. There are so many definitions of sthita prajna in the Bhagavad Gita. Our mind is firm, resolved, பிரதிஷ்டிதமான. தன் அளவழிய இங்கு சொல்லுகிற ஸ்மரண விசேஷத்திற்கு. Now our mind is firm, okay. Our mind is all right, goes on the right path. It's very fast, speedy in its attitude. But the most important background of this clarity, boldness, and speed depend upon our memory. That's why we say Antima Smriti, last minute memory. But Antima Smriti Varjanam, we say, அப்போதைக்கு இப்போதை சொல்லி வைத்தேன் அரங்கத்தரவணை பள்ளியானே பெரியாழ்வார் துப்புடையாரை 10th decade. So we have எய்ப்பு வந்து என்னை நெளியும் போது நான் அங்கே உன்னை நினைக்க மாட்டேன். ஆனைக்கு அருள் நீ செய்தமையால். The example that the Alvar quotes is, you saved an elephant once upon a time. And when I'm affected by disease at the fag end of the life, I may not be able to remember you. Krishnattvadiya Padapankaja Panjarantam Adyevave Visatumanasa Rajahamsaha Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavada Pittaihi Kantavarodhana Vido Smaranam Kutaste. Mukundamala Shloka from Kulashekara Alvar. So Smarana Vishesha, though we dismissed, according to Alvar's statement, the last memory, we have assurances from Lord also. Maranamanal Vaikuntham Kodukkum Piran, Alvar said. Maranamanal Vaikuntham Kodukkum Piran. Vinnaham Perivadu Mannavar Vidiye. These are all statements of Alvars. We are sure to get into heaven, namely Vaisi Vaikuntham. Why do you worry about it? Why do you need memory? As Varaha Charma Shloka says, Aham Smarami Madbhaktam. You need not remember me, I remember you. Kashta Pashana Sannibham. As inert, as still as a log of wood and a stone. But the Lord is very merciful. Then why should you have memory? Smarana Visheshatirke Karmantarangalil Pole. Our problem is, are we following the discipline of action or wisdom or devotion or total surrender? So when we have so many duties as our commitments, so karmantarangalil pole. So we have to complete those actions in time, desha, according to place, kala, according to time. So desha vishesha, because of the speciality of the place, because of the speciality of time, niyamam illai. So for the memory, there is no condition imposed as what you call limitants. Namely, the place or time, because memory can be free. Memory can be at any time, at any place. Again, our problem is Punya Apunya Desha Kala Visheshangalal, page 12. So Punya Apunya Desha Kala Visheshangalal. Now, don't connect Punya and Apunya with Desha and Kala. Of course, we can also have some thought over it. There is what we call Punya Kalam, Kalaha, Apunya Kalaha. For example, we say every day, Rahu Kalaha is Apunya Kalaha. Of course, the last 5 minutes of the Apunya Kala, namely Rahu Kala, is called Amrita Vela, the best time. And for example, Abhijit Muhurtaha, this is what we are now going to between 11 a.m. to 12 noon in the daytime. It's called, in spite of the other opposing elements of the time, we have the good time called, and we have fixed time for different ceremonies. All the Purva Prakriya, that is what we call puja, etc. Purva we say, formal. They are all done before the noon. And Aparakriya are all done in the afternoon. So the time is set for that. Yamagandam we say, the word Yamagandam we say every day, and we have fixed the time. And of course, the time differs by some seconds because of the sun rise and sunset. If the day is shorter, then we have shorter duration of Rahu Kala, Yamaganda. And Kuliga is supposed to, Gulika, Sanskrit is actually a tabless capsule. But this is different. The Kuliga time is supposed to be auspicious. But we are not dealing with Kuliga at all because we don't know. Whereas Yamagandam, we are particular about Yamagandam, which we avoid auspicious functions. And Rahu Kala naturally for especially journey, and we are not to what do you call embark on a project in Rahu Kala. So we have proverbs in Tamil, in English, mother saw father, etc. We have Tamil also. We have mother saw father wearing turban. It gives you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Rahu Kala timing. And also there is also another formula for Yamaganda and Puli. And whenever, mother saw father, windy. Okay. So another thing is, suppose we have to encourage the bad incident, rather death of a family, death in a family, then we have to observe some time, which the Kulige Kalam time is not supposed to be used for encouraging the death, consoling people of a family where a death has occurred, whether it is old age death or any. So especially we use the Thursday morning, 6 to 7:30. That is Yamaganda. So Thursday morning, 6 to 7:30 a.m. We use it for inquiry. That means Kuligai is to be avoided for inquiry of death news. So here and Sunday is very important for inquiry, and then we fix also the day. Ninth day we must not inquire the death. Ninth day of the death of the person. From the death day of ninth day should not be used. So that some restrictions are there. So here in marriages, we can use Ashtami Navami Tithi, whereas it is not meant for journey. We have got 12 stars with which we have to avoid, which should be avoided for journey. And we have got many conditions to sow seeds in our field, paddy field, to have a housewarming function of a newly constructed house, to propose a project of what we call Bhumi Puja in constructing the building. So we have got a lot of. The astrologer will be able to fix the time in auspicious time. So, but these conditions are not for our memory. ஸோ ஒரு தேச கால விசேஷ நியமம் இல்லை. புண்ணிய தேச கால விசேஷங்களால் வருவதொரு பல உட்கர்ஷ அபகர்ஷமும் இல்லை. So because it is some good time, because it is bad time, so either a bad place, good place. So no differentiation of good place and bad place, and or good time and bad time with regard to our mind working. And again, phala utkarsha apakarshamam illai. There is no special fruit accruing from such a good time or bad time, or good place and bad place, nor there is any negative effect of this good time and bad time and good place and bad place. So எங்கேக்காக இங்கு மனசு ஸ்திதமாக உள்ள இடத்தில் it is enough that our mind is equanimous in character, balanced, so that we don't worry about anything. We don't care about anything, and we, of course, aim our thoughts towards God. Manasu sthitamai ulla idathil. Wherever we feel happy, calm, peace, that we can. So என்கிறது. ஆனால் சரீர சுவாஸ்தியம் இல்லாத போது மனசினுடைய ஸ்திதி கூடுமோ? As everybody puts it, the teachers are responsible for the holistic development of the entire personality, namely physical and mental. Sharira swasthya. What about the health of the body, physical body? So when there is no health in the body, so what will be the problem for the maintenance of balance of mind? Is it possible? Kudumo. Is it possible? அப்போது இவன் பிரமாத நித்ராதிகளாலே அபேட்சித ஸ்மரணத்தை பண்ண மாட்டாது ஒழியானோ. So at that time when the body is not healthy, will he not do something different? How? He may commit some mistakes by oversight. Pramadaha is, suppose in a danger, in a calamitous situation, he may do something unnecessary, opposite, or irrelevant. So we may perform irrelevant actions during our dangers. So again, what you call pramada. Pramada is Telugu and Sanskrit, the meaning is negative, pessimistic, whereas Tamil pramada is optimistic. So excellent, amazing, awesome. This is the word for pramada, meaning for pramada in Tamil. In Telugu and Sanskrit, this is something negative, totally negative. Then we may tend to sleep, nidradigalale, etc. We tend to sleep. So by sleep we forget. After getting up from sleep, we may not remember what happened earlier. So apekshita smaranathai panna maatadu oliyano, double negative. Will we not forget what thought we require? So apekshita meaning what is required, wanted. Smaranathai, memory. So panna maatadu, not doing, that is not bringing back the memory, Oliyano, will he not get into a rather another situation, where his thoughts are RI, AWRY. Here, so ஆகையால் சுஸ்வஸ்தே சரீரே என்ன வேண்டுமோ என்று. So, healthy body, a healthy mind in a healthy body. That is the aim for us. So, ஆகையால் சுஸ்வஸ்தே சரீரே என்ன வேண்டுமோ என்று. Previously, we said manasi susvaste, sthite manasi susvaste. So, the word susvaste can be also taken to sharire. Sthite manasi itself, the word sthite manasi itself can give you that it is a normal working mind. Whereas susvaste also can be added this left side or right side. This is a beauty in Sanskrit also. So, susvaste sharire, when the body, physical body is quite all right in health, then enna vendumo ennil. The quiet all right is su is quiet, swasta is all right. Quiet all right. Sharire enna vendumo ennil. Should we say that the body also should be healthy? Yes. Shila karmangalukku, for some actions, sharira avastha rupamana. So the body depends on our status, that is condition. That means old age, vayo visheshamu. A young man will be brisk, a young person will be very fast in doing, whereas old man will be slow in doing. So, vayo visheshamu. So, the weakness of the old age may creep in and prevent people to have good memory. So, sthityadigalum, again, our status, our own status, where we are placed, which situation we are in, context where we are placed. That is economical, social, philosophical, and all these conditions, status. Prangmukhatva asinattvadigalu. Now, our aim should be to face east. We must sit towards the east, facing the east. Keshavdas Swami, you remember that you questioned me long ago, many decades ago, that why should we stand facing east while performing japa or so? Is there any condition why? So, very simple understanding will be facing the sun. Facing the sun. Sun is a representative of all the gods. Sarvadevatmakaha eshaha. Aditya Hridayam says, Sarvadevatmakaha eshaha. If the reflection of the light falls on the moon, then why should we not remember the moon also? Yes, in the evening, moon is rising in the east. Again, east. Of course, even directions, as we fix, that God has no directions. In Upanishads, you don't have directions. When you become a wise, that is wise in the sense spiritually completely wise, then you don't have any distinction of directions at all. Whereas here, pramukhatva asinattvadigalu. It is very important how you sit and which direction you face. Prang is east, mukhatva facing, asinam sitting or standing, whatever. Asinatva adi, etc. So sitting, standing, sleeping. Yesterday, two guests came. Sudha's friend came. And therefore, we advise them not to sleep with the head on the northern side and the leg on the southern side. We advise them that not to have head side in the north. That's why then they understood, because that is again because of what we call physics, gravitational pull of the earth and the what we call the magnetic field of the earth works on our brain, and it affects our brain because we at least have 8 hours of sleep. The brain has been influenced by the magnetic field of the earth. So this is all very important. While sleeping also, we must take into consideration the direction. Then again, apekshitangalaha irukkum. They are all wanted. They are all required. Apekshitanga. Idarku appadi endru. The mind memory is not depending upon the direction. And therefore, idarku appadi endru. For this, there is nothing as condition. சாஸ்திரார்த்த பிரதிசந்தானத்திற்கு அனுகுணமாக சரீரத்தினுடைய சுஸ்வஸ்த தசையே வேண்டுவது. So in order to practice the science, namely scriptures, smritis, Puranas, Itihasas, Kavyas, and so on, and our memory of God, good books like Acharya's creations, Manavala Mamani, Vedanta Deshika, Ramanujacharya, so many Kurattarva, so many, when we study all these things, when we remember all words, Divya Prabandham, all those words we remember, then Anugunamaha, in consonance with that, Sharirathrude Susvastadashiye Vedu. The physical body's health is very important, is wanted here. Susvastadashiye, very healthy mind. For example, yesterday I was talking to 81-year-old colleague, a professor of physics in Chennai. He unfortunately he was affected by paralysis, what do you call the stroke, and then fortunately and he escaped from that. He recovered from that, but still his words are tottering. His words are not clear. That's why his wife spoke to me. And he is celebrating according to the compulsion of the children on 19th April, the 81st birthday. Exactly, nearer the exact, what you call, 1,000 moons vision. Sahasra Chandra Darshi. 82.125. That will be the exact age where we have the vision of 1,000 moons. In the sense, though we don't see the moons, the third day orb of the moon. Somebody said from Amavasya, and sometimes second day itself we can see the moon. And that is because of the timings, Nadika. And second day itself becomes third day moon. And fourth day moon we are not supposed to see according to Shastras, because Vinayaka, Lord Ganapati, fights with the moon. There is some enmity between Vinayaka with the moon, and therefore he only cursed him to wax and wane. And therefore, so there is, we don't know the base of the story, but so why this is, these conditions will not bind our mind. Shastrata Pradisandhanatthirkku anugunamaga Sharirathunudaiya suswastha dasaiye vendum. Most important is health of the mind, health of the body also. மற்றும் யோகோபயுக்த மனோநியமத்திற்கு சொன்ன அபியாசாதிகளும் வேண்டாம். Some people recommend, apart from Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, that is physical exercise, they also say mental exercise. So mental exercise is also not necessary. Yoga Upayukta, Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. That Shastra is also not applied here. Manoniyamitirku. In order to control our mind, you do this physical exercise, you think of the Lord. That conditions are not there. நியமத்திற்கு சொன்ன அபியாசாதிகள், exercises are not necessary. வேண்டாம் என்கைக்காக சரீரம் சுஸ்தத்தமான அளவிலே என்கிறது. It's enough. It's enough that it's sufficient that the body is healthy. இங்கு ஸ்வஸ்தமாகையாவது. When we say swastham, susvaste, what is swastham? Swastham has got two meanings. So swastham is natural, normal status, or the abbreviation of the swarga will be swa and then stha. So our position in heaven. So either a live person here or a dead person there. So in that way, so swastha has got two meanings. So swasthamahayav, now it is explained here. Apekshita vismarana unmada nidradi hetuvana dashai kaihi. So when we say the body is healthy and the mind is healthy, the mind is cleared of the unnecessary forgettable thoughts. It is devoid of unnecessary forgettable thoughts. And our madness increased by such thoughts and because of sleep. So sleep will be the reason for our madness. That is wrong thinking. And then this will be avoiding what we call the word swastha will be saying avoidance of such unnecessary deviations, distractions. So suswasthamahayavad. So when he says very healthy, sattva unmesha visheshatale, as we saw earlier, the sattva quality comes up. So it comes up so that sattva unmesha visheshatale. We have what we call realization like opening of the eyelid. In Tamil, we have an expression, Kadavul kannai thirandu viduttar. He opened our eyes. Dakshinamurti Stotram, we have a verse like this. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. All the words in the 8th shloka they end with the Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We don't have Dakshinamurti name. Dakshinamurti is name. Dakshinamurti is actually south facing Lord Shiva only, and he had 4 disciples, including Adi Shankaracharya. So here the verse it goes like this: Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We can also recite all this because these are all common to our preceptors also. Ajnana Timirandhasya, Ajnana, ignorance, Jnana, wisdom, Ajnana, ignorance. Timira is the disease of the eye. In Tamil, Timir means haughtiness. Ajnana Timira Andhasya, a man without vision, that means blind, Andhaha, blind. Timira, by the eye disease, called ignorance, Ajnana Timirandhasya. Jnana Anjana Shalakaya. Jnana wisdom. Anjana is collyrium. Shalakaya, the brush. So with the brush, Shalaka means brush. So the brush with which we apply collyrium of knowledge, wisdom to the eye, namely, then what happens? Chakshuhu unmilitam yena. The teacher opens our eye. Chakshuhu, the eye, unmilitam is open. The nimilitam is closed. So unmilitam yena, by whom? Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Salutation to that result. So this is what we call susvastam. Sattvanmesha visheshatale. Because of, again, remember our blessings of the God, Almighty Sivan Narayana. Parama Purushartha Ruchi Perakkaikya Anugunama. We saw 3 aspects, namely speed, the 3 words which we saw in the earlier, in the same paragraph. Twara, the speed. Can you just come down? I think the previous page. Just again, little up. Telivum tunivum, right. Telivum tunivum twara. Clarity of thoughts, boldness of thought, and speed of thought. This is because of our, what we call, Sattva Unmesha Visheshatale. Now here we are talking about Sattva Unmesha Visheshatale. Again we talked about Sukritam, a good action performed by us. That is again because of blessings of God. So then what is the result of these three? Namely, what we just said now, Telivum, Tunivum, Torayum. Clarity, boldness, courageousness, courage, and the speed. That results in what? Now here you find this word where we are going through. Still down. Ruchi Perakekikara. So we take interest, we develop interest, deep interest in only the, of course, last one, Parama Purushartha. Parama Purushartham is the highest goal, human goal. And these three are only helpful. Dharma, Artha, and Kama are helpful to reach moksha. They should not be against getting moksha. That means that we will be doing adharma. And when we do dharma, when we expect some punyam, that is merits out of our actions of course, perfect duty, doing perfect duty, our aim is not good. Again, artha, when we are using our money, or you can say meaningful life for something materialistic of this world, then it is not good aim. So it is not good purushartha. Again, kama, desire. So all the worldly desires are out of tune. The problem is we cannot divorce both. Ruchi perakeki. Development of taste depends upon these three resultants. Anugunamahi. So that will become congenial. And in the Sharira Swastham, that is the, again we are talking about the healthy body. So comparing my colleagues, a 91-year-old person, botany professor, is somewhat more healthy than the 81-year-old physics professor. There is a difference. And because the disease affects our speech is affected. The latest disease that rampant in USA and other states is Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease. One of my relatives also succumbed to that disease in the young age, at the age of 45, I think. He was talking when I went to Minneapolis, he was talking with me. After I left to USA, he was infected by that. Recently, a drama was enacted by Y.G. Mahendra. Yeah, I think it's a 52-year-old or I think 60-year-old man. He's a good actor. Because the Natakam, the drama was a tragedy. Drama was a tragedy. They should not have only portrayed only tragic tragedy. Only there can be tragic elements in comedy, but today the people think that comedy is not very effective. Only tragedy is effective. Even from those days, even all the works, for example, whole Ramayana is Karuna Rasa, Pradhanya. The sentiment of pathos runs through the thread of Ramayana. Unfortunately, we are not able to think positively. That's our problem. The Bhagavatam, take Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna's story. Everything is so from negative statements. They say we are learning. Why not we say positive things? And there are so many achievements. There are so many achievements now by individuals. We can take a cue from prodigies and so on. Okay. So.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.